One of the most self-aware individuals in all of scripture that I've discovered, if not the most self-aware, is John the Baptist. Family, welcome to the word for today. As you know, we've been taking a look at the book of John, chapter by chapter, and gleaning some practical Christian lessons from in there. So if you are new to this channel, you are welcome. On this channel, we take a look at the Christian life and learn practical biblical principles that we can apply to our everyday Christian work. So once more, welcome. Like I said, John the Baptist, I have discovered, is one of the most self-aware individuals in all of scripture. You know, John the Baptist popped out of nowhere in his time, and so many people gathered to him, and the crowds just trooped to him in the wilderness as he baptized in the river Jordan. And the leaders of the time wondered about him and sent messengers to him that, who are you? Tell us exactly who you are. Are you the Messiah? Because so many people are just trooping to your church, in quotes, even though he was baptizing in the wilderness, but that was his church. And he tells the leaders of the time that, I'm not the Messiah. And then they ask him, okay, if you are not the Messiah, then who are you? And he tells them, I'm the voice of one crying out. I've actually come to introduce the Messiah to every other person. And I'm the forerunner to the Messiah. John the Baptist made them understand. So that was how John introduced the Messiah Jesus to the people and to the leaders of the time. He was so self-aware. He wasn't bothered nor influenced by the perception that others would have had of him. And this is key and important for us as believers, especially in this day and age where everybody is branding themselves and putting themselves out there. And there's nothing wrong with that if you are being honest about your brand. In our times today, we see people overextend themselves and want to associate with the most popular or with the most acceptable product or brand name out there. But John the Baptist knew who he was, and he introduced himself simply and genuinely as who he really was. Now, as if that was not enough, Jesus comes to be baptized by John. John tells everybody, this is the one I've been talking to you about the whole time. Here he is. And then he baptizes Jesus. Then Jesus begins his own ministry after being baptized by John the Baptist. And guess what? Now crowds start migrating to the ministry of Jesus. So it's almost like a church has started nearby, and John the Baptist's competitor is the very same person he had baptized and spoken about, who is the Messiah Jesus Christ. And then the disciples of John come to him and say that, Master, do you remember the Messiah you baptized and talked about? Now he started baptizing, and it's like everybody is running and trooping to him. You are losing your clients. The people who used to come to you are now moving and migrating to the Messiah. Then John the Baptist gave a remarkable response. And we'll look at that response in the book of John, chapter number 3. John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except it be given to him from heaven. Ye yourselves bear me witness that I said I'm not the Christ, but that I'm sent before him. Then John the Baptist concludes by making this remarkable statement in verse number 30. He said that he must increase, but I must decrease. Who makes such statements? Who is it that is ready not only to be the forerunner and introduce the Messiah and accept that, this person is better than I am, he is greater than I am, but goes further to say that when this man launches his ministry, my ministry must depreciate. He must increase, I must decrease. John the Baptist was so self-aware. He knew what his purpose and his mission and calling was, and he lived it to the full. The lesson for you and I, it's important that we know who we are. We know our strengths and we know our weaknesses. And we know what God has called us to do, so that as we walk on the road of purpose, we are not distracted by the activities surrounding us, but we know what our true purpose and mission in this life is. Then we can live it to the full. This is the first part of today's teaching. I'll do a second part where I'll talk about the areas of our life where we must learn to decrease whilst those areas increase. Family, this is the word for today. I believe you got value from today's teaching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All the best.